Circulate have been having an increasing role in actually articulating the findings in terms of being able to talk about and write about their own reflection and their own understanding of the programme. So to date there have been a number of things that young people have written either for publication or for presentation which have represented some of the findings of the programme, but also in some instances been a critique of some elements of the programme.
So mine at the moment is looking at collaboration between staff and young people. So I'm going to be working on looking at projects where there is the aim of a 50-50 collaboration between those two groups, and trying to find the best evaluation methods for that. So at the moment it's kind of mainly thinking around interviews with all the people who are in the projects, but also we record the meetings that we have, the steering group meetings with the staff and young people. So I'll be looking through all of the kind of the transcript of those meetings and kind of seeing how decisions are made, who's talking the most, and kind of what happens through that.
Rather than coming in with lots of off-the-shelf ideas about how to evaluate, is to just introduce the Circulate members to the idea that they can use all sorts of tools within evaluation and open it up for them to actually define what tools they want to use.
We try to keep it as a holistic and creative process as possible, because we can in evaluation, everybody sort of goes, oh god. So we try and keep it, as uplifting and exciting as possible. We tend to use social media as our main platform to kind of document and evaluate any activities that we hold. We also use sort of like the standard evaluation forms and kind of look at aims and objectives of what we want to achieve, and basically look against when we do an activity, have we actually achieved what we set out to? Have the people turned up? Have they enjoyed it? Can we, move on from things?
I invited an illustrator called Job Winterhart to come and demonstrate how you might use illustration as a form of documentation that could be used within a wider evaluation process. Some of the young people really liked that and could see how valuable it is, because unlike photography, if you're using illustration to document, you can include things like comments that people have said, thoughts that you've had about the thing that's happening, as well as just the image of the thing that is happening. So some people have taken that on board, but more importantly, that's broadened up their idea of what counts in terms of what might be useful as an evaluative tool. So some young people in Cambridge, for example, have used Jenga as part of their evaluation process. Young people in First Sight in Colchester have devised a process of evaluating using test tubes, so that people add tokens into test tubes in response to certain questions.
So reflection analysis. One of the ways to reflect on a gallery and the event were interviews, where we just asked one another different questions about the process, the involvement, and how they felt about a gallery one. We also took plenty of photographs, which is obviously quite sufficient way to gather evidence.
For me, the thing that's really important is that young people have the opportunity to voice their concerns, as well as being able to celebrate the success of the programme, that they're able to critique it in a way that will help to inform future practice across the field, beyond the galleries, and across gallery education and other contexts in which that learning is relevant.
So this was Monet. This is after the event. And we were basically chatting to her about how she felt and what she was kind of, that had changed, like how it had changed, her perception had changed of the gallery. And she was basically saying that it was nice. She kind of described it as being really nice, and like how she'd bring her friends in the afternoon, which was really nice for us to hear, because obviously they'd gone from being this oh, we thought it was this empty building, to this oh, actually really enjoying myself, and I think we could kind of influence other people.